course you would. Hey, we're live. Was running around with my head caught. Oh, Susan, how are you doing? Good to see you on here. Okay. Oh, let me get my bag here. I decided just to keep working on this one today. I'll start a new painting tomorrow. Uh, Either a lighthouse painting or a Portland scene, I think, tomorrow. Or actually, I got this wonderful photograph that was given. I'm going to be allowed to use of this bridge out there on the coast, and I'm thinking I might go with that one tomorrow. But I just, but I kind of want to get keep going on this one and keep it going. Count Vorlaan. All right, let me move this over here. Otherwise, I'm going to do a Peter Pan over the top of it. I know it. Don't want that. All right, here we go. I'm going to work on those moons too. Start adding some detail to them. Doo-doo-doo. God, this chair. Oh, I couldn't help myself. Sorry. Big rock outcrop here. That was interesting. I was looking at my paintings, and I think it was Leighton that pointed it out to me that I have a tendency to start over here and then work, and it's like, he's right. It's just weird. I guess that's what you do. You just, yeah. Now I got this song going through. I have no idea why. Oh man, I think I should come out with an entire album. Mike Ruin's songs. Oh, this is a 30 by 40 again. That's kind of been my standard size. I used to do bigger. Well, you know that the Empire painting is gigantic, so it's a Count Vespasian. But the problem with those, you can't fit them in a car, where these fit in most cars' trunks or back seats. So it's a lot easier for people. And it's a lot easier for me if they're in a show or something like that, is to be able to transport it. I don't have to get a van. I do have a friend that has a van that's quite handy. I haven't had him deliver in a while, so I think I need to kind of get off my rear end and start pushing that, because local deliveries, I have a person that's more than willing to get it there. We charge a little price so he gets some money in his pocket, and I need to kind of start pushing that thing. About the cost of a Lyft or Uber, and Uber and Lyft said that they would transport paintings for me. They just treat it like a customer, they said. But the person at the other end needs to be there when they show up. That's the big thing. Yeah. Oh, I think my last giant one that I had at Scandals, the manager Monroe always called it the Buick. He said, "See, Mike did another Buick," and it is a real problem for them to get up onto the walls and everything else. So these they like. They're easy, but some people think they're so big. But then it's really interesting with a 30 by 40. Some people think, "Oh my God, that's a huge painting," and then when they put it on their wall, they realize, "No, it fits right in," and so it makes a statement for that wall for sure. But I don't know. I have trouble doing really small paintings, as you know. So that's the whole thing. I don't know what I guess the thing with a larger canvas, my brain, I could actually become part of the world, of it. So Yeah. Sunday morning here. We're supposed to have thunder and lightning today here. So, yeah. This has been one very cold spring for us. It's on the record books, actually. I know Seattle was mentioning that too. They had, for the month of May, they had a total of 5 hours. That's it, 5 hours, not days, 5 hours over a 70 degrees. They said, oh, yeah. And I said, normally they run around, 50 or 60 in 5 hours. That was all they got. I think we did a little better than that, but not much. Wettest May in history. Same thing followed. It was also wettest April in history. And everyone's, oh, that's gonna. You probably won't have your fires. Well, problem is that when it's wet like that, guess what? Everything grows, and then if you have a dry out, then guess what? You have all that fuel for big fires. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm crossing my fingers. I don't need to go through that horrific fires we had 2 years ago. I think everybody has flashbacks to that. I had never been in a situation where they were actually telling us, even right inside the city, is have your paperwork ready. They said you may have to get evacuated. They said, Oregon was having to contemplate the unthinkable is evacuate Portland. And I was like, they said they didn't know what to do. They said, hey, imagine having to evacuate a city the size of Portland. My God, I mean, that's 2.5 million people would be being evacuated. It's like, God. Well, got Count Vorlaan here. Dmitry Vorlaan. That's the current count. The Vorlaan family, but unlike the British, where you have Elizabeth, not Windsor, but Elizabeth. They go with the last name here, and it's the current count, and he's like the 400th count of the Vorlaan family. Just in case you were wondering. Well, I think if I ever do another huge painting, it's going to be because somebody ordered it, and so, I love doing big paintings. I'll admit to it. I just love it, but there's just some practicality to it. Yeah, couldn't help myself, sorry. Getting these sheer cliffs up here. This is one of their castles here. Dmitriev likes this castle the more. There's that castle that was in another painting, which is in a desert region of this planet. That was another palace they had there. It was a citadel. That's huge. Just in case you're wondering. But we got I really do. I need to write down the storylines. You got Count Vorlaan. He fits right into the Aquavian Empire. Count Vespasian was pre Aquavian Empire. So was Vorlaan, pre Aquavian Empire. But once the Aquavian Empire got away, it became part of that Aquavian Empire. Yeah. Same thing with Vespasian. He became his family, the descendants from him. Vespasian predates the Aquavian Empire by probably a good 1,000 years. Yeah, but his family, it was his. God, what the heck was it? It's like great granddaughter actually ended up being part of the empire. Just in case you're wondering, direct descendant of him. So we're gonna get our handy dandy T-square here. Oh, couldn't help myself. Sorry, I get excited when I use this. Oh, Lord. I always like these Gothic castles. Got flying buttresses that go off this one. Count Vorlaan. Don't mess with that family. Whew. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing like, you know how you set up an event? I wonder if I should try something like that, a reoccurring event. So you get reminded that it's on. Yeah, I know it's Sunday. People are doing things. God forbid. How dare they do something? Yeah, be right back. There we go. Boom. Vorlaan. uh, I don't know. I'm still thinking after my gel time is over with Facebook. I'm thinking I'm going to continue on doing the live ones and keep developing this. I don't know. That really, actually, to be honest with you, that actually hurt. I say, I'm one of your most positive people on there, and you do that with no warning, nothing, just do it. And I said, I don't know, kind of, it did it actually kind of hurt, to be honest with you. So, and that's enough said on that. But actually, we're going to go up a little higher than that. There we go. Hey, Mavis! Cool. Yeah. What I need to do is create like a group that has all your names on it, so I could just do a one boom out. Hey, be on it. I'll be on in an hour. Good to see you, Mavis. Whoa! I decided to keep going on with Count Vorlaan here. Tomorrow will probably be either a new lighthouse painting or a Portland scape. I'm thinking. Oh, actually, I take that back. I'm going to. I have this wonderful photograph of this bridge and the sunset. They're out there on the coast, and I think that's perfect for what we're going to do. Really do. I think it'll be a good good, just kind of like a fun painting to do. Just beautiful. The photographers told me I could use it, so I'm going to do that. He was actually surprised I approached him on that, and so yeah. Like I said, I don't ever do a painting without giving the photographer credit, because photography in its own right is an art form. Oh my God, I'm in voice. Watch out. Yeah. We'll work on those moons too. Add a little more detail. They kind of look like a non-shining sun. Oh, I guess this week we're going to have we're going to have 5 planets out at one time. I think that's going to be kind of cool. Hopefully I could catch that a little bit. I love that app that's on Google that you could the sky map, and it tells you what's out, so you know where to look. And I think I'm going to try to do that. I'm a geek. I love that stuff. I had an uncle. My uncle Orv was he was quite the brainiac. He was a nuclear engineer, and he stopped by our house. At that time, I lived in. Hey, Mary, no worries. How dare you? But I remember as a kid, he stopped by our house. We lived in Yakima. Yakima is in central Washington. It's actually a desert region. And he stopped by, and there was a perfectly clear night out. And he knew I was into astronomy, and pointed out every single major star and every constellation that night. I couldn't believe it. God, yeah, he was a brainiac. That was for sure. Man, I remember that. Sad. He passed away about 6 years ago now, 5 or 6 years ago, and unfortunately it was Alzheimer's. It was a form of Alzheimer's that was actually fatal. And there's that magnificent brain, and he couldn't recognize anybody anymore. It was so sad. I remember my uncle, his brother, my uncle, also we threw a brunch for him, and God, he was so frail at that time. And I remember him sitting there and staring at me, and it dawned on him who I was, and all of a sudden he shot out his hand with a big smile, but he I could tell he was struggling figuring out who I was, and then it dawned on him, and it was just so funny. And he just shot out his hand with a big smile on his face, and shook it vigorously. And that's the last time I saw him. It's like, yeah, it's just kind of that's kind of depressing, but yeah, good memories of him though. Getting this valley below here. Whoa, couldn't help myself, sorry. And, okay, we're going to come in with another small brush. Oh, couldn't help myself again. I always say, anybody who passes away or anything like that, what I take from it is to get on with it. It's not forever. And that's the thing. Got these little rivers that go through here, lots of them. That comes out to the Caprician Sea. Just in case you're wondering what that sea is, it's the Caprician Sea. Brilliant engineering. Brilliant. You can imagine the beams that go through those things to support it. Counterweight and balance. It was brilliant engineering. And that turret was actually built, just letting you know, that was built probably about 600 or 700 years ago. And it's still there. Caprician Sea. Comes in like a bay here, and then that's where the river comes out into it. Gotta have all this. Gotta have it all in your brain here. And we're gonna beef those up. You're gonna see flying buttresses and everything. The wealth of the Vorlaan family was pretty much banking. You know, they control the purse. Let's just put it that way. Banking, and then also they had some very prominent industrial concepts too. Yeah, they were kind of an interesting family. Banking, the Vorlaan family. They would, if they existed today, they'd definitely be in the Forbes 500 or the Fortune 500. That would be for sure. Caprician Sea here. And just like any planet, they also have their palace that's in the desert regions too. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't been in contact with her at all. I know she's had some health issues and stuff, and yeah, I haven't heard from her at all. All right, let me start working on those moons a little bit here. Like our moon, it's all these things. I think what's amazing about our moon is the fact that you can fit the entire solar system or the entire planets of the solar system between us and the moon. Isn't that wild to think about? You think of like Jupiter, how can it possibly fit? Yep, it does. I love this one posting I've seen on Facebook that shows what Saturn would look like or what Jupiter would look like if it was as close to us as the moon. It would dominate the skyline. You know, it's just like, wouldn't that be wild though to have something that big? I don't know why how that song goes in my head. Oh Lord, my God! Like I said, if there was a psychiatrist here, I'd be committed. They would have exploratory surgery to get rid of those genes that are in there that hum these darn songs all the time. Or I'd be a case study, wondering what the heck. Yeah. Down Vorlaan. Little blob there. It happens sometimes. Just get it out of there. Remember when people used to believe the moon was made of cheese? Can you imagine? Big giant ball of mozzarella out there, you know? Oh my gosh. Like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Now I got that going through my head. Dean Martin. I had a coworker that used to be his maid, and she said he was wonderful. I thought that's always cool to hear. You know, I hate it when you find out that somebody that you actually liked ends up being an absolute total jerk. But she said no, he was fun. He was a lot of fun. Treated everybody very well. I thought that was cool to hear. Then unfortunately, when his son died, that crushed him. Oh, that's amore. That's amore. You like a big pizza pie. That's amore. Oh my goodness. That's amore. Come Vorlaan. Sit down. Okay, coming back in here with a small brush. All right, get a brush. Let's get those bridges that support this thing a little more beefier. Add a little bit of white to this. Titanium white, that is. A little more. No idea. Back in here with titanium white again. The Caprician Sea. They don't even know what brought them to these planets. They have theories. There's even a theory that they're an ongoing computer program. They actually, it's been a kind of a popular theory in the Quaven Empire that they are. There's an ongoing uh, computer program that just never ended. Some sort of self-thinking computer program that just kept building on this. And they don't know. They said it's something interesting. The fact that when they finally started connecting each other up with the planet, said that they were all humans. Said something put us here. They don't know what it was. So it's the big mystery. But the current popular belief is that they're a computer program. They don't know. But a computer program that actually is reality. Oh no, titanium white is not. It's kind of like your basic white, and that's what I use. It's not terribly expensive, and they tend to always have it. It's probably one of the more popular whites to use. Zinc white tends to be a little more expensive, but titanium, no. Yeah. Now I'm sure if I got it in, and I think they call it titanium. I don't think it has titanium in it. It's just that that's what I have to look it up, but it's actually not terrible in price. I'm sure if I was to paint a house in it, would be like, whoa. Alloy titanium is expensive, and I know when I worked on the 777 at Boeing, it was not aluminum; it was actually titanium. That plane. Oh no, the same thing with anything. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. But I worked with a lot of titanium at Boeing. I'll probably have some sort of weird disease. Who knows? Gotta die of something. Why not something interesting? Cobalt blue. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You might glow that night. Oh. Yep. Ah, there we go. That's what I want. Yep. All right. Okay, we're going to build. I have another ship here. A lot closer. No idea. We got our P-3671s. I know Mavis asked one time, does it just pop in the brain? And it kind of does when it comes to science fiction. It really does. I don't know if Mavis still on board here. Hey. I still think I need to come out with an album. Mike murders music. Something like that. Horrific destruction of music. I want to come out with a Christmas album. Mike makes Christmas songs miserable. Coming in with white. Titanium white, that is. And you can definitely tell these are Olympian era ships because of the position of the engines. When she first took over, the engines were always forward. And then in time, they became much more towards the rear end of the ship. Just in case you're wondering, but you can always tell Olympian era because engines are at the rear. Now you know. I know. I mean, you'll have exceptions to the rule. You'll have some that just hung on. They got some old ones, kind of like big fenders and stuff like that. Whoa, let's make that. Quaven Empire. Like I said, these ships are able to go in and out of the atmosphere no problem, and land. It's even now there is some Quavian ships are just too big to be able to do that. When the Empress arrived here for her meeting with the the guy who controlled the money, yeah, big ship. Then they shuttled down by these. He's a great uncle to her. On down through the mom's side, just in case you're wondering. She has good memories of him when she was a kid. Always elaborate parties. I now have, excuse me, I now have the Blue Danube going through my head. That was, God, if you ever listen to the Blue Danube, excuse me, goodness, and you don't think of 2001 Space Odyssey, it means you never watched 2001. Gosh, goodness, sorry about that. Partly, I don't know if it was Grant that was telling me that, America, but they had an entire song was going to be for 2001, and then when they did the also Sprach Zaiustra, they said, nope, that's the paint. That's it right there. And it's a Strauss, but it's a different Strauss. A lot of people don't know that one. Just in case you're wondering. Yeah. Oh, I know. And then you still they were envisioning Ma Bell still being in control of things, and any of us who are old enough remember Ma Bell. Ma Bell just simply owned everything. Oh, these younger people have no idea what monopoly is. Oh my God, Ma Bell. They were actually a very good telephone company, but you just didn't mess with them. They owned everything. I love that Lily Tallman routine. I said, if you ever dealt with a Ma Bell operator, you understood. You don't mess with the Ma Bell operator ever. I always remember that time I had a roommate in college that took on a Ma Bell operator, and he started crying. He actually was up. He was this Mr. Macho guy, and he actually started crying, and he had slumped down off the side of the wall, in our dorm room. And I looked at him and said, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And he says, uh, "The operator wants to talk to you." And I said, "You messed with a Ma Bell operator." Oh my God, I was in panic at that point. Oh my God, yeah. And he was sitting there actually crying, because she had totally took him apart, and and he handed me the phone, and I was terrified to grab the phone. And she says, "Now, Michael." That was the first thing out of her mouth. "Now, Michael." It's like, oh my God. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. She says, "I understand that Rob here wants to have his name added to your bill, so he could get better credit rating." And I said, "Yes, ma'am." I was smart. I said, "Yes, ma'am." Says, "That can be done." My God. Oh, he made a mistake. He was kind of flippant with them, and she just took him apart. Oh my God. I had never seen somebody get. He was always Mr. Argue. He loved to argue. He was going to be a lawyer and all this stuff. Taken apart. Oh my God. And that's a true story. Probably, okay, Mike, paint. Stop talking. Oh. You didn't mess with a Ma Bell operator. It was supposed to be common knowledge. Obviously, he didn't get that part of it. Oh, gosh. I remember that. He literally was crying. Oh. Yeah, I know. I've listened to the whole one, but of course you can't surpass that opening. And isn't that, if I'm not correct, uh, Merrick, is that's supposed to be the sun rising, if I remember right. And the initial sound is Earth, which is interesting because, and I'm not, as you know, I'm not into all the stuff and stuff like that, but that does seem to be a sound of Earth. Everybody seems to recognize that's Earth, which is interesting. Always thought that was interesting. And if you listen to like Buddhist chants, they have that same sound, which is really interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not into all the stuff, but it's every once in a while something goes, that's interesting. Yeah. The black one. Can you imagine if we managed to have a probe go out there and all of a sudden they see this black monolith? It was like going, oh crap. Our Count Vespasian shows up in a clay tablet somewhere. But what's interesting to me is humans tend to know immediately that's Earth. We must have that sound from Earth that we don't even realize is occurring in the background. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, I'm not Mr. Superstitious. I don't believe in a lot of the conspiracy theories. I don't, but every once in a while, you're like, when that is interesting. Ba-de-dip-bum-bum. Da-da. I think we'll be done with this one next go around. Uh, da-da-dee-dum. Dee-da-dum-bum-bum. Da-da. Count Vorlaan. When the Empress meets and nobody knows. Yeah, none of your damn business. Was the Empress here? And he just stares at him. I retract that question. Come back in here with a smaller brush. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dee dum da dee dum bum bum bum. It's a brilliant piece. You really think about that opening. It's just a brilliant piece. Ba dee dum dum dum. And my dad watched the when it premiered, and he watched it on this place called a Cinerama there in Seattle. And this is it's a huge screen, and it was the biggest at the time. And he said it just blew your mind. It's a weird story, but God, I could only you got to remember when they did 2001, we hadn't landed on the moon yet, you know. Okay. Well, heck, that hour's going by. I've been sitting here yakking away here. We're going to add more to this city here. Add more to the castle, obviously. Let's do this. Add in titanium blue here. Titanium blue. Prussian blue. God. I wonder where there is a titanium blue. I'll have to look that up. Oh, good God. Now I got that Blue Danube going through my head. And I think when they came out with that movie, they were in total belief that we would have something that big of a structure going around the Earth. Wouldn't that be cool if we had like this giant wheel, going around the Earth? Hilton actually had planned to put a hotel on the moon. Then, unfortunately, reality hit. But Just elaborate structure to support that. All right. Oh my goodness. I think that's going to have to be the show, people. I'm not having to deal with Mr. Z. I don't even know who owns Google. I know they're in the top billionaires. I do know that one. One more thing here, and we'll call it good tonight. Or today, I should say. Oh God, I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have to probably put on the Blue Danube. It's a beautiful piece. One more thing here. Oh God, I'm gonna have that going through my head for the rest of the day. It's all your fault, Merrick. I want you to know that. All right. Well, everybody take care. Stay healthy, stay safe. Hope for peace. It's scary what's going on right now. It's like COVID wasn't bad enough. So you take care, seriously. Everybody take care. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back on tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific time here in Oregon. So we'll start a new painting tomorrow. Thank you again. I keep saying that. Thank you so much for joining me. It really means a lot to me. All right. Have a good one. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you to all those healthcare workers and all those people who are keeping this economy going. Thank you so much. You take care. Bye-bye. Robust.